Hey there, I just wanted to take a moment to actually record what I'm doing as I'm setting up the emails here. As you can see, I'm in the CBD email automation campaign. That's the broad campaign name that includes all the emails in it. And then within it, you have the first one, which is the welcome email, and that's triggered immediately. And then each time it tells you what the trigger is for each email that goes after it. So after 1 day, this email will go out, and then after 1 day, this email will go out. I need to actually adjust a few of these as I get near the end, but right now they're just all set to 1 day because I need to go back and change them. But how I add the emails, I'm working on number 10 now. So I'm just going to go to add email, and then it pops up the new email here, and then I go into design email, and it automatically keeps numbering them up, which I actually sort of like. But what I'm doing is adding the subject line that I've already chosen afterwards, just so that I can easily identify it, because it does not show the subject line on that other page. And then I paste it in the subject line. And there's actually a preview text that I have been using for most of these. And the preview text is what you would see in an email. It's when it's in your inbox. So you'll see the subject line, usually you'll see a sentence or two after that. The after that part, you can actually assign that so that that is what you can assign what's specifically seen after the subject line. Otherwise it'll just grab what's in the email, which is usually fine, but you can sort of make it a subheadline, so to speak, to try to get further engagement. So you don't want to just repeat what's in the subject, you want something that adds to the subject line, maybe just another more interesting piece. In this case, and I have it in another document here, I'm copying and pasting, CBD for everyday health. And then I said, just look at all these health conditions. And so I wanted to sort of make it an intrigue point for some people. And from name is whatever you want, and email, of course, is your email. So those are automatically filled in. I'm just leaving those. Now, these are the layouts that come with Mailchimp. There are other themes that we won't be messing with. What we want is under Save Templates. Now you can see all the emails that you had saved before as templates, but it really is a template. You want it just to be sort of the core structure of creating an email, not the emails itself. So I had created a CBD core email template previously, so that's what I'm selecting here, and that's the starting point for these emails. And then I start by clicking on the content area, which is blank, which is saved blank in the template, and I go into my document where I already have the email saved in Word. And what I can do is I have the links already saved in Word. It's more or less formatted there. But instead of just pasting it, because whenever you paste from Word, it's always going to have extra coding in there that you don't even see that can make your email look weird, even if it looks okay here. So this helps here as a first step. Paste from rich text editor. Another option is that you can paste it as plain text. Because I'm going a few extra steps here, I'm just going in the paste from rich text editor, and I just paste it in this box, and then I hit OK. That helps clear out a lot of the extra formatting, but keeps the main formatting that I want. But I take it a step further. If you really wanted to be real careful, you can just put it in, paste it in as plain text, but then you'd have to add in your links again and any extra formatting that you might have made. In this case, I've done it this way, but if I go into this source editor, you can still see that it's adding these div styles at the beginning. And what I'm actually doing, probably wouldn't recommend you do it like this if you're not familiar with it, but for the most part I'm just taking out what's at the front and the end there. Just cleans it up a little bit, and then I've been selecting all and making it size 14 just to make it a little larger than what it pastes in as. Now I'm going to just add an extra space manually there. It's always great to chunk up, it doesn't have to be one sentence only, but make it real easy to read and keep it broken up, even more than you were ever taught as a child to make full paragraphs. it's better to sort of divide it up because it just makes it so much easier to read. And you can probably see for yourself in the emails that it's a nice clean way to look at things. So originally now here's an extra step it's going to make the video a little longer, but I had not put any bullet points in before because I was going to do it here. I could have done it before. So now I do have to clean this up just a little bit. It's always good to make sure there aren't any extra spaces anywhere, that it's all aligned well. Whenever you use bullet points, it can actually help establish even more authority, because our brain just looks at bullet points as these are facts, these are statements of truth that a person is making, and almost boldly. So bullet points can really make things not only stand out and make it a list, but it also makes it look like, oh hey, here these things are real points that I need to consider from this person, as funny as that may seem. Let's see, Alzheimer's prevent. Should be apostrophe S there. Shoot, that did break that up there. Just gonna pause the video for a second and fix this. Okay, I'm back here. I actually went into the coding and fixed a few things. Of course, I would choose the harder one to format here, but I had an extra space here and I didn't want to divide the link, so I actually had to go back into the link itself. But anyways, I have this fixed and it's looking pretty good here. And I wanted to make sure we had the extra spaces between the paragraphs. So even that, you saw that it was like this. You know, it doesn't look bad, but it helps to create that extra space there, even still, like a full line break. And what do we have here? Okay, I might do bullets for this as well. Just select those. Yeah, because of the way the formatting is set up, it wants to divide it. There we go. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And then save and close before you preview it. And then I can do a quick preview of that. As you can see, that looks real good. It'd be easy to skim down the page with that. All the links are active. And I always want to make sure that there's not too much space at the end of the text and then the footer area. So let me go back to that. So this is the footer area here, of course. I don't want any extra spaces here, because then the more spaces you have, even if you can't see them, it'll put too much space between the text and then your signature area, and it can look a little funky. And we want this to say all the best to your health, you know, right after that sentence. So sometimes it helps if you need to go to the end here, if you can see that, and then I just hit delete a few times just to make sure that I don't have any extra spaces. And so anyway, save and close, and then I've been sending a test email. You can send it to whomever you want. I took you out as I was going through and testing these, and then just hit OK. It says bon voyage. And then I can go save and return to workflow. Oh wait, as a side note, this template I saved, well, I have to click on the text, but I've been saving this as I saved it as a 1.5 line spacing. I'm not sure what default is, but that seems to look the nicest. So go ahead to save and return to workflow as opposed to save and continue. So then I can go back to the workflow, since I haven't actually made any of these active and live yet, but it just allows me to come back to this screen and I can see what I have in here. So right now you can see these are all lined up, but nothing is active yet because it says start email here, so that shows you that it's not even started yet. So anyways, I just decided to record that so you could sort of see the process I'm going through. So in the future, if you wanted to add something yourself, you would sort of know how these are set up. And hopefully that was helpful. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. Nope. If you needed to delete the email, you can do that there, of course. And so that's number 10. I have a few more to add, and I can get started on the next one.